You want a race car? Get a Fiat 500. You want a nice city cruiser for your wife or your daughter? Get a Fiat 500. Are you a man with insecurities? Don't get a Fiat 500. Today I'm going to show you why this car is awesome. After that, I'll show you some of my favorite features. I'll take it for a drive and give you some driving impressions. And then in the end, I'm going to point out to you some of the things that you should look for if you're planning to buy one of these. The Fiat 500 might be tiny, but it's a full-on cult icon now. That cute little X-shaped body, yeah, people love it. But back in 1957, it wasn't trying to be trendy. It was built to get Italy moving, and he did. Over 4 million of these things hit the road in just 20 years. Simple interior, go-kart vibes, and a rear-mounted air-cooled engine that started at just 479 cc's. Later bumped to a mighty 18 horsepower. Tiny, practical, and somehow legendary. We'll cover more on the first generation 500 once I get my hands on one, but this, the second generation Fiat 500, dropped in 2007, and Fiat basically said, let's take the classic, make it modern, and keep the charm, and wow, they nailed it. It kept the retro look, the bubble-shaped body, the personality, but now with airbags, real tech, and engines that make more power than a lawn-mower. It became an instant hit across Europe, then the US, thanks to its quirky interior, park anywhere size, and a surprisingly fun handling characteristic. It's the perfect blend of old school soul with the new school city car practicality. So now, let's walk around the car, let's take a look at the interior, where I'll show you some of my favorite features, then we'll take it for a spin, and after that we'll show you some of the things that you should look for if you're planning to buy one of these. One of my favorite features about the Fiat 500 is definitely its size. The shape, the size just makes for a very fun, very compact car, so it handles great, but you can still fit 3 adults and a child in here and park anywhere. It's amazing. Now for the next feature on this Fiat 500, this is the electric version, and I have to plug it in to show you. They have a charger indicator right on the dashboard. How amazing is that? My next favorite feature is right next to it. That's right, these cars came equipped with a tom-tom holder right on your dashboard. Another cool feature on the Fiat 500 is a hidden compartment, one under the seat, one behind your seat. Now, for many models, you just have a handle right over here, which moves the bottom piece of your seat open, and you can store things right under your seat. This, the electric model, has a compartment behind the seat. Simply move your seat forward, get under the rug or the floor mat, and pop this little compartment, and voila, you have a secret compartment right behind your seat. And if you ever wonder how to lock and unlock your Fiat 500 as you look throughout this interior and can't find the lock and unlock button, well, wonder no more, because this is the next cool feature about this car. The door handle itself is your lock and unlock button. You can unlock by pulling, and you can lock by pushing it. Amazing. And lastly but not least, on the EV models, you have a Uconnect app that allows you to track your vehicle charging. You can set the climate to your desired needs, etc. Pretty cool app. Now, the original application was only available for 36 months since the time you bought the car, and never available again. But in the aftermarket, there's an application out there that you can download and regain a lot of that functionality back on your EV. Right, so now let's get this Fiat on the road, give you some driving impressions, and then I'll show you what to look for when buying one. Driving the Fiat 500e. I just love these little EV cars. Now, it is quite apparent that this is a front-wheel drive not a rear wheel drive. And also you can feel a little bit of a torque steering out of this Fiat 500e. Visibility is great. It just feels nice and comfortable in this car. Everything is within reach. Now we do have a really cool indicator here. You can see your power consumption as you accelerate or your regenerative charging as you decelerate. As you would expect from a very short wheelbase car, it's snappy, it's agile, it turns on a dime. But when you want to just cruise, it also does that very well. If we put the windows up, you can see that you can comfortably have a conversation in here without having to scream. There's not a whole lot of drivetrain or road noise. And you're driving a Fiat 500. A Fiat 500. Just a masterpiece of Italian design. Mamma mia. And now you're really pumped and excited to buy one of these. So allow me to highlight some of the things that you should look for if you're planning to buy one. I made a video to show you general things to look for when buying any car, like body shape, signs of wear, leaks, etc. I've also created a checklist so that you don't miss any of the steps. The link to that is included below. Use that as your starting point, but now let's dig into things to look for this car specifically. If you found one that you have your heart set on, I would also recommend getting a PPI, a pre-purchase inspection done by an experienced Fiat mechanic or the dealership. It'll be the best $200 you spend on the car. Right, so let's get right into it. First item on the list is front suspension noises. Take it for a drive over small bumps. If you hear clunks or knocking up front, that's usually worn out strut mounts or bushings. It's not a huge repair, but it's worth knowing before you buy. Next is power steering problems on gas models. So if the dash says power steering or the wheel suddenly gets crazy heavy, yep, that's a known issue with the steering motor or the torque sensor. So definitely test the steering at low speeds. And while here, let's talk about the transmission stuff for both the gas manual and auto. So shift through the gears. The automatic likes to slam first to second if the fluids are old. On the manuals, the soft clutch pedal or grinding into gear means that the clutch or slave cylinder is on their way out. So make sure to check on that. Next is the engine. Yes, this is the EV model. We'll get to that in a minute. But if you smell something burning, the 1.4 gas engine loves to leak from the valve cover. So check that, check around the edges. Any wetness there means a gasket job, it's approaching. And while we're here, let's talk about the cooling system issues. Now, Fiats run warm. Make sure there's no coolant smell and the temp stays solid. Thermostat housings and radiators like to crack. Not huge money, but annoying. All right, EV people, this is for you. This is your list. Number one, battery cooling system. If this leaks, the car freaks out. So look for coolant puddles in the middle of the car and make sure that it charges without any warnings. Next is the onboard charger failure. If you plug it in and nothing happens, that's usually the OBC. It's an expensive fix. So test charging during your inspection. Also, drivetrain whine. A little whine is normal, but if it sounds like a sci-fi spaceship at 40 miles an hour, the reduction gears might be wearing. Be careful. And lastly, the 12-volt battery, EV live support. On the 500e, a weak 12-volt battery will shut the whole car down. So check the date, always. Now, this last item applies to all cars. Just a couple things. The door handles break, so pull them gently and look for cracks. If it's a convertible, run the top fully open and closed. Too much vibration at idle, that's an engine mount. And last, check for recalls. The best option to find out recall information is to go to your manufacturer's website. I've included the link below. In the US, you can also visit the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The link is also included below. Simply for either option, put in your 17-digit VIN number and that will give you the rundown of the recalls open for your vehicle. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. And if you did, give me some comments below. Give me a like. Subscribe. It might help somebody else as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next video.